Imagine you could visit any planet in our solar system. Where would you go? Mars, with its rusty deserts? Jupiter, with storms larger than Earth? Or maybe one of Saturn's mysterious moons? Most people don't pick Mercury, and honestly, that's probably wise because Mercury has a reputation problem. It's seen as boring, just a hot dead rock closest to the sun. But here's the thing, Mercury isn't trying to kill you dramatically like Jupiter would. It's not exotic or mysterious like Europa. Mercury does something far more unsettling. It lets you think you can survive. And then quietly and systematically it proves you wrong. Let's find out why. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system and the closest to the sun. It's barely bigger than our moon. No atmosphere to speak of, no water, and no magnetic field worth mentioning. On paper, it sounds manageable. Extreme, yes. But humans are good at extreme. We've survived Antarctica. We've walked on the moon. We've built space stations. So what makes Mercury different? Well, let's do a thought experiment. Imagine you're an astronaut dropped onto Mercury's surface with the best technology humanity can build. Your suit reflects heat, manages temperature, provides oxygen, and shields you from radiation. You've prepared for everything. The question isn't, can you survive? The question is, how many ways can Mercury prove that everything wasn't enough? Spoiler, it's 10. Mercury has 10 different strategies to end you, and we're going to walk through them one by one. Strategy 1. The heat. Sunlight on Mercury is intense. Not beach day intense. Not even desert at noon intense. We're talking temperatures that reach 430 degrees Celsius, that's 800 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. Without a spacesuit, you'd be cooked in seconds. Your cells would rupture. Water in your tissues would boil. Your nervous system would shut down before your brain could register pain. It's efficient, clean, almost polite in a cosmic sense. But here's the twist. You plan for this. Your suit has reflective coating, active cooling systems. Heat is handled. You're fine. And that's when Mercury starts getting creative. Strategy 2. The cold. Yes, cold. See, most people don't know this, but Mercury has the most extreme temperature swings in the solar system. When the sun sets, temperatures don't just drop, they collapse. From 430 degrees Celsius in daylight to minus 180 degrees Celsius at night. That's a 600-degree swing. For context, the coldest natural temperature ever recorded on Earth is minus 89 degrees Celsius in Antarctica. Mercury's night is twice as cold. Why? Because Mercury has almost no atmosphere. On Earth, our atmosphere acts like a blanket, trapping heat even after sunset. Mercury has no blanket. Heat escapes into space instantly. So now your suit has to work in reverse. Keeping warmth in, preventing electronics from freezing. Stopping materials from becoming brittle. Your joints stiffen. Your fingers slow. Every movement costs more energy than it should. But okay, your systems adapt. You survive the heat and the cold. 2 down. Strategy 3. The silence. No atmosphere means something else too. No sound. On Earth, we're surrounded by noise. Wind, birds, traffic. Even in the quietest room, you can hear your own heartbeat. Sound is how we confirm reality. On Mercury, there is no sound. Your footsteps make no noise, nothing echoes, nothing hums. The only thing you hear is your own breathing amplified inside your helmet. Minutes stretch, thoughts loop. Your brain starts inventing sounds just to fill the void. It's maddening. But you planned for this too, you brought headphones. A podcast, music. For a while it works. 3 down. Strategy 4. The radiation. Here's where things get tricky. On Earth, we have a magnetic field, an invisible shield that deflects most of the dangerous radiation the sun throws at us. Mercury has a magnetic field too, technically, but it's 100 times weaker than Earth's. Full of gaps. Basically useless. So radiation pours through. Particles slam into your body. You don't feel it. You don't see it. But at the atomic level, your DNA is being damaged. Cells mutate. Repair systems scramble. The worst part? You won't know if this kills you until years later. Maybe you'll be fine. Maybe you won't. For now you feel okay. Mercury waits. 4 down. Strategy 5. The surface. So let's talk about the ground under your feet. Mercury's surface hasn't been softened by anything. No wind. No water. No tectonic activity. Just impacts. Billions of years of asteroids and comets slamming into rock and leaving it sharp. A single stumble could tear your suit. A small tear means a slow pressure leak. And on Mercury, one problem creates another. No redundancy. No room for error. But you're careful. You don't fall. 5 down. Strategy 6. Time. This is where Mercury gets weird. You've been on the surface for what feels like days. The sun hasn't moved. You check your chronometer. It's been 48 hours. The sun is still up. How? Mercury rotates slowly. Painfully slowly. One full day on Mercury, one sunrise to the next sunrise, takes 176 Earth days, longer than Mercury's entire year. The extremes don't pass. Heat doesn't cycle. Cold doesn't cycle. Your body is built for rhythm, sleep, wake, day, night. Mercury denies you this. Your circadian rhythm breaks. Sleep becomes erratic. Exhaustion sets in. Not from effort, but from time itself refusing to behave. 6 down. Strategy 7. Isolation. There's no sky on Mercury, no clouds, no weather. The sun doesn't rise gently, it just appears. Nothing responds to you. You could scream forever. Nothing would hear. Nothing would care. And rescue? There's no moment where rescue becomes possible. You knew that before you landed. But knowing it intellectually and feeling it are different. You are alone in a way humans aren't built to process. 7 down. Strategy 8. Accumulation. By now, you've been on Mercury for weeks. Maybe months, measured in Earth time. Small things start failing. A valve degrades slightly. A battery weakens by a few percentage points. A sensor drifts. Each failure is tiny, manageable, but there's no replacement. No backup. Every fix requires taking something from another system. You're not building anymore. You're subtracting. 8 down. Strategy 9. Inevitability. At some point, you understand the truth. You were never here to win. You were here to last. And lasting is not the same as surviving. Mercury didn't need to kill you dramatically. It didn't need to be cruel. It just needed to be itself harsh, indifferent, and patient. Because here's the thing, Mercury stopped trying to kill you a long time ago. It never needed to. You were always going to run out of something eventually. 9 down. Strategy 10. Entropy. The end, when it comes, isn't dramatic. No explosion, no collapse. Just a system that stops working. A number that reaches 0. Your suit powers down. The display goes dark. The life support ceases. Mercury doesn't notice. It keeps orbiting the sun, exactly as it always has. You become part of the surface. Another rock among rocks, indistinguishable. 10 down. So what did we learn? Mercury doesn't need to be hostile. It doesn't need to be exotic. It just needs to be itself, a small, airless world with extreme conditions and no room for error. In a way, it's honest. Mercury doesn't pretend to be survivable. It doesn't offer false hope. It just is, and maybe that's the scariest thing of all. Because when we imagine space exploration, we imagine challenges we can overcome with technology and determination. We imagine winning. But Mercury teaches us something else. Sometimes the universe doesn't care if you're clever or brave or prepared. Sometimes the universe is just indifferent, and that indifference, it's unbeatable. Other planets aren't as patient. This is the first of the silent 3. The planets that don't scream at you. The ones that don't announce their danger with crushing gravity or acid rain. They're quiet, patient, almost polite, and that's what makes them so dangerous. Because when a planet whispers, you have to get close to hear it. And by then, it's already too late.